Life and death, two fundamental forces that shape the very essence of our existence. They are the yin and yang, the rhythm and melody of the universal symphony. In the journey of life, one inevitable truth awaits us all: the loss of a loved one. It is a moment that brings with it an overwhelming wave of emotions, leaving us searching for solace and understanding. Different cultures have different ways of mourning a loved one. Let us look at how some prominent religions mourn.
Uh, so the fundamental part of the ceremony is, of course, you need to take the body to the cremation ground, which best is to be near a river or a water body. And then, of course, once it is cremated, the ashes needs to be collected, the bones needs to be collected, and then should be handed over to a water body. For 13 days, there is a mourning period wherein the whole family and friends gather together with the core family members. The last day, of course, the Brahmins are called and they are fed, and after that the ceremony is concluded.
So basically, most of them, they go to a holy river, like mostly people go to Haridwar, to Ganga, to submerge the ashes of the deadly people. It is believed that the Ganga is flowing directly from the heaven, from the jata of Shivji, and it is going into directly to heaven. So anybody who is either dead or alive takes a dip in the Ganges. So it is believed that you attain moksha, or at least you are clear of your earthly sins. That is why it is submerged in Gangaji.
So I've seen that, those period, 12 to 13 days, almost all your relatives which you might have met for maybe 5-6 years, they come and they help you cope up with this time with so many people around you. Of course, you generally your the thought of your loss is reduced a lot, and you are able to build up rebuild yourself and prepare for the life without that specific relative.
To some extent we do, because spiritually makes you calmer, it keeps you grounded, and it gives you the strength. Basically, when people write condolence messages, that may God give you the strength to bear this loss. So this is what spirituality and all these rituals mean. And of course they have a deeper meaning which is mentioned in our shastras, which a lot of people don't know now, but we try to follow that, so that at least, if not to the full extent, we follow it to some extent, to give the peace of mind not only to us and to our family, but also to the person who has passed away and will probably go in a new life.
So Hindu mourning ceremonies hold deep cultural and spiritual significance, helping individuals and communities find meaning in the face of loss. Key aspects include cremation as a symbol of the soul's journey, the concept of reincarnation and karma, a structured mourning period with rituals, community support, and the prayers for the departed, ashes immersion, seeking spiritual understanding and honoring the deceased. These ceremonies provide a framework for processing grief, reflecting on the life and death, and emphasizing interconnectedness, karma, dharma, and the eternal soul, including a sense of purpose and continuity.
Okay, so the two major ceremonies which I can think of, which happens after a person dies or passes away, is first of all bathing the body properly in a certain way which is mentioned in our Islamic books and all. And secondly, it's a procession called Janaze ki Namaz. Janaza is called that procession which is the procession which consists of the body being taken to the graveyard. Other than that, it is buried in a certain way that the grave, the deceased person, his face should be facing towards the Qibla. Qibla is the direction towards Makkah.
When visiting a graves, Muslims often greet the deceased with the phrase Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, which means peace be upon you and the mercy of Allah and His blessings. Muslims also recite the Quran at the grave and pray for the deceased. And it is also customary to leave a small stone or pebbles at the grave.
Closely, I've experienced only one death, and when that happened, I was a child, so I don't remember it properly, but somewhat it did help. Somewhat.
Muslim mourning ceremonies, deeply rooted in Islamic beliefs, provided a structured and spiritually meaningful approach to coping with loss. They involved prompt burial, Salat al Janasa for forgiveness, and emphasize submission to God's will, balancing mourning with patience, visiting graves, and engaging the community for support and crucial aspects. Fasting and acts of charity on behalf of the deceased promote selflessness while seeking forgiveness and affirming afterlife beliefs, encouraging spiritual growth and purpose. The recitation of Quranic verses offer solace, and ceremonies foster solemn reflection on life's purpose and the significance of faith, reinforcing its central role in Muslim life.
Okay, so first there'll be a whole ceremony at the house of the person who died. So it'll be overnight. It'll go overnight, and there'll be songs, prayers, a lot of ceremonies that take place. The priests and all will come. They'll share a few words of comfort to the families, and then after that the body will be taken outside the house, just outside, and then there's ceremonies for that. And then the body will be moved to the church. Again, there are ceremonies inside the church where they'll sprinkle like holy water and holy oils, and they'll put a cloth on the face, a special cloth, and then again they'll take the body to the burial site. Again, a few ceremonies, a few prayers, and the son or the daughter will put soil in the coffin to represent how the body will be one with the earth. Burial is for how Jesus was buried, and 3 days after he resurrected. So burial basically symbolizes how we are also buried, and on the second coming of Jesus we will also be resurrected, and the spirits will go to heaven or the other side. I feel like they do, because during the funeral the prayers and all help, and also the 40 days which is when the spirit is on earth. It also helps to know that there are 40 days that they'll be with you. It helps.
Christian mourning ceremonies offer a way to make sense of the grief and death. They affirm faith through prayers and scripture, and they celebrate the life of the deceased and symbolize hope and resurrection, while also nurturing forgiveness and reconciliation. The communion of saints belief, it provides ongoing connection, while the supportive community of Christians, they offer the comfort to the family. These ceremonies also encourage reflection on one's life and the larger questions, and they employ a sense of symbolism to make abstract concepts seem tangible. So overall, I think they help individuals find meaning in loss by grounding it in their Christian faith and worldview rather than looking at it from a larger scale.
The cycle of life and death is not a linear path, but a continuous loop, an unbroken cycle. Just as the flowers bloom and wither, just as the stars are born and die, so do we, in our own time and in our own way. And in this cycle, there is a profound wisdom. It teaches us to cherish the moments we have, to savor the beauty of the world, to love deeply, and to let go when the time comes. It reminds us that in the grand scheme of things, our troubles and worries are but a fleeting whisper in the wind. One thing becomes abundantly clear. Grief, though universal, knows no boundaries. It is a reminder of our shared humanity, our capacity to love deeply, and our resilience in the face of loss. In the midst of loss, we find renewal. In the embrace of tradition, we find solace. And in the company of others, we find strength. The human heart is resilient, and the human spirit is indomitable. In the end, it is love we give and receive that truly matters. As we move forward, may we hold on to the memories of those we have lost, cherish the moments we have, and find comfort in the rituals that unite us.